If you've identified your why, if you've identified your skills, done some resource inventory, and you've also done a little bit of that mindset work where you have some quality headspace, where you've really done some internal inventory, the next step in your evolution to financial freedom has got to be tied with what I call the end in mind. And what do I mean by that? Simply put, you've got to know where you're going to know where you put your time and attention. You've got to know where you're going so you know where to focus your actions and your effort. How can you know what to focus on and how to accomplish certain things when you don't even know where you're going? You've got to have your destination. This is no different than going to your grocery store. You know what grocery store you're going to. You typically don't get in your vehicle and say, I'm just going to wander around until I happen to find a grocery store, and then I will go to that grocery store. That's not how you do it. You get in the car and you say, I have 3 grocery stores to choose from, and you already either have a predetermined favorite one, or at least you have a predetermined favorite one and a backup one, maybe depending on traffic, the time of day, etc. You always have an end in mind for those activities and actions you take. So if we're willing to do that with actions we take on a regular basis anyway, why don't we do that with our goals? You know what you're going to accomplish by brushing your teeth. Healthier teeth. You know, if you have a goal, it's the same thing. If you have a goal, then you're going to start doing actions that get towards those goals. And as you do the actions, you will feel better because you know you're accomplishing things that happen towards your goals. So you have to take a moment to reflect and say, what are these lifetime goals that I can accomplish that bring me meaning, that bring me the influence I want, that bring me the value of my personal relationships, that give me the growth that I want to accomplish, that give me the career that I want to achieve, that give me my personal relationships that flourish in a way that I've never dreamed. You have to think about these big lifetime goals that motivate you enough that you will do whatever it takes and pay any price required to hit those goals. So the way to do that is you have to think as big as possible. Your objective is to get to the root motivators, the root things that really push you so you will take that action. That is your objective. So first exercise I'd recommend, and I will say there's a million on YouTube. So what I'm about to tell you is just one of tons. You could go to YouTube, you can Google many people. This one I'm about to tell you is from Brian Tracy. He is a motivational speaker. He has lots of content around goal setting. One of the things I saw from some of his content is the concept of writing down 100 life goals. It feels like a lot, doesn't it? Felt like a lot to me as well. But think about this. It's easy for you to write the first 10 goals of your life. But then when you start writing the next 10 and you continue to go even further, you start to dive into goals that are less materialistic on the surface level, like the new car, the new house, and really get to more deeper meaning goals that might move the intrinsic motivation a bit more than extrinsic motivation. And those two motivators have very different results. Intrinsic motivations are things that help push you and inspire you internally, maybe the things that really bring value to you as a human being. Extrinsic motivators are things that you may do that may give an appearance for other people to give feedback to you, such as a new car, something nice, and the feedback you receive from other people, maybe different status, etc. Your objective to have meaningful goals, you've got to get to the intrinsic side, the things that are very deep and important to you. So 100 goals is a great way to do it. Now, you may come to this conclusion and say, this is still freaking crazy. I'll give you some tips to make this easier. This is what I call the Brad hack. So try and organize your 100 lifetime goals into 4 buckets. And there's many different types of buckets you can pick. I'm just going to give you 4 types that I would suggest as an idea. I would say 1 would be career or business. What types of goals need to be meaningful and impactful? That's 25 goals. Number 2, personal, hobbies, those types of goals. What are things you want to accomplish that are meaningful? Some people say, I'd love to go skydiving. Not really my thing, if you know me. But there's other people that say that is a lifetime accomplishment. Some people want to climb mountains for the adrenaline rush. Some people want to go to very specific places in the world and vacation, like Fiji, as an example. Those could be some of those goals. Number 3, health goals. What are some goals that person or you would want to accomplish in your life that are super important? It could be things that are important to you today, things that might be important to you when you're older. It could be big, it could be small. It could be micro activities that may be new habits you want to do on a regular basis, or it could be big things that you just want to show off and say, yes, I did this. This was something that was very valuable and something that was very important to me. And last but not least, spirituality. Some people may even tie mindset into this. This is the things where you try to find meaning in life. You may do your self-reflection. Some people aren't religious. Some people look at things maybe more from a cosmos, universe type standpoint, and you may just look at things more from a scientific level. Some people are religious and you have a religion that's very important to you, that brings you that foundation of faith. And really, spirituality is really about having faith. Mindset really is the same. It's about having faith in oneself, faith in your ability and your skills. And having that faith is definitely a part of accomplishing these 100 goals. So, as you're writing these 100 goals, having 25 goals around your spirituality is essentially 25 goals around your mindset. So, think of that perspective, that you having that as a part of your lifetime goals would be so insurmountably important to you. You could even have goals of daily meditation. That's a goal. There are so many goals that you could use to segment your 100 life goals. But the purpose of this is to think big, dream big, put it on paper, bring meaning and value, and tie it back together to your mindset so you can find ways to execute plans on a daily basis. If you've seen value in what I've had to say on this topic, hang tight for my next video. We're going to take a different dive, a little more granular, on the next steps you take after you write down 100 goals. Because your next question will be, well, what now? We'll talk about that.